Hello everybody. If you're like me, you like to tinker on your own car and do your own repairs when you can. And all of us are trying to get the best parts we can, best replacement parts we can for the least amount of money. And let me show you one of my tricks. This is the coolant expansion tank from a 2012 BMW X5 with about 125,000 miles. So the first thing I normally do is I will look at the part number and search by part number. And in this particular case, part number is 755-2546. And then the next thing I do is try to find out whether that part number is still current or whether it's been superseded. In the case of BMW, I go to bmwfans.info, and there's the part number for my vehicle, which matches the part number that's marked on the tank coming out of the vehicle. And it's been discontinued and superseded by these two part numbers. So in this particular case, I went searching for either of these two part numbers and went searching for the 7647290 on eBay. And sure enough, I was able to find that part. So simple enough, but here's where it gets interesting. When I found the part, there's the part number right there, 7290. Agrees with that sheet. Newer part is 7290. And it goes through the 2015 models. So since I have an 2011, I'm hoping that the newer parts have redesigned out or improved upon the flaws, or the design's improved somewhat to overcome whatever flaws exist in the original tanks. These seams are known to leak. And when I found it online, so my first thought is, why would I put a 2009 part, essentially a part that was 3 or 4 years older than the part that I was replacing? Why would it put such an old part in? But here's what I found. Here's the listing for the part that I bought on eBay. It shows here that the donor vehicle is a 2009 X6. So the tank that I'm buying actually is not the original tank from this vehicle. It is a replacement tank manufactured in 2015. So I was looking at the pictures and I noticed this label here. And in my experience, when I've had to replace a part with a BMW part, this label will be there. The BMW group label will be there and a part number will be there. But the OEM parts that went in at the production, on the production line, don't have that label. So that caused me to take a look at the listing on eBay just a little bit more carefully, because the part looked like it was in much better condition than my 2011 part. It looked a lot newer, looked a lot cleaner, and I thought maybe he just cleaned up the part and polished it up to make it look nice on eBay. But in addition to the part number, look carefully at the manufacturing date code. This part was manufactured in 2015. So that's pretty current production compared to the part that I was replacing, which is manufactured in 2011, which makes a lot of sense. So now that I have determined that this is a more recent part number and more recent production, I generally try to buy from sellers who have a high positive feedback score, lots of transactions, and allow returns. Now, not everybody allows returns, but the eBay buyer protection allows you to return an item even when the seller says it's not returnable. If the product is not as advertised, you can generally return the item and get your money back. The other tip I'll give you is always use PayPal when you're buying things on eBay, because if you have to return something and the shipping's on you, eBay will reimburse you for that shipping charge. So let's say I bought this tank, paid with PayPal, and then decided it was defective. I had to return it to the seller at my expense. I'm able to ship it back, and PayPal will reimburse me for my shipping costs for purchases I made on eBay that I used PayPal as my payment method. So that's another tip I'll give to you that a lot of people don't know about. So what do I offer the guy who says make offer? Well, what I do is I look at the brand new parts that are not BMW OEM, but I look at brand new parts that are Chinese knockoffs. So in this particular case, the Chinese knockoff of this tank, which in some cases the knockoffs are really, really good. The aftermarket parts are really good. In some cases they are complete crap. And this is such a bitch to put in and out to get to these connectors and to get them off. I only want to put in a tank once, a replacement tank once. So I basically offered him the price of a new aftermarket Asian copy. In this particular case, it was $41. I offered him $41 free shipping, and they took it. I forget what the original price was, but it was somewhere in the 50 to 60 range, and I think new, this is over $100 from the BMW dealer. Do your research, look at the eBay listings carefully, research the part numbers to identify the successive part numbers for the original part that you have. Try to find a listing where the donor vehicle is in fact a lot older than the part actually is that's in it. And then if you're at a price based on what some of the aftermarket junk is priced at, and make that offer to the seller, and in most cases you'll be pretty lucky. They'll be happy to get rid of it. So that's my tip for you today. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful or interesting, how about a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.